Hi, everybody. Hope you're having a great day so far. Once again, Kaitlin here from Premier Talent Partners. I'm here today with Jacque, our resident recruiter. She works on a primarily, I would say, I believe you'll get into this later, but more admin in HR positions. So definitely in office roles. But we're super excited to have her today because what we'll be discussing is end of year hiring, or specifically end of year job searching, and why you shouldn't put off till 2022 what you can do today. So what I'll kind of go into in a little bit are just some questions that I'd love to ask Jacque about what she's seeing in the current market. But really, I think just to start off, we're incredibly busy on our end. And even though Jacque focuses on, that HR admin vertical, we're seeing roles across the board, clients that are really motivated to hire. And I think it's just kind of up to us to kind of make the case for why continuing your job search this time of year is actually something that can really benefit you, even though I know that there's a common misconception that clients aren't hiring this type of year. So this kind of comes on the heels of a chat that Natalie, our VP of Business Development, had on here a few weeks back, where she was making the case for why organizations should lean into end of year hiring. And we thought it was only kind of natural to wrap it up this way as well on the candidate side. Mm-hmm. So kind of our main point in all of this is that we totally get it. Right now, you're focused on the holidays, you're focused on spending time with family, reflecting on the past year, but you might be missing out on opportunities right now, and you might be setting yourself back in 2022 if you're not actively searching. Even though I know it's very easy with New Year's resolutions to say, oh, I'll start in the new year, we're really kind of here to make the case for why you should kind of pick up the speed this time of year. So I'd love to hear from you, Jacque. I know I went from a very kind of high level overview about what the market looks like right now, but I'd love to see kind of what you guys are feeling in the recruiting side of our business. And that could be either from clients or candidates as well.
Yeah, thanks for having me today, Kaitlin. But we are incredibly busy this time of year. We have a ton of openings, a wide range: HR, ops, admin, marketing and sales, lots for IT, tech, and engineering as well. And right now we're seeing all different types of roles: permanent roles, contract to hire. Some are just contract as well, in office, remote, just very busy. Nothing has slowed down.
Yeah, totally. I know that I've said this before, but definitely feeling the heat this year in particular. It seems like everybody's kind of shaking off the COVID 2019 jitters, and they're really excited for 2022 too. So we've seen it on my end, even in marketing. I've seen the influx be pretty significant. So we definitely have a ton of open roles. And when we say we see it all, we truly do. And one unique thing about partnering with Premier is that we can custom fit your job search for what you're looking for. Mm-hmm. So although we're working with contract to hire, or direct hire opportunities, we will consider you for whatever is the best fit for what you're looking for and go from there. So it's really a two-way street. I guess, Jacque, my next question would be, what would you say the biggest pain point is this time of year when it comes to doing your job day to day?
So there are a few factors that tie into this, but the consistent thing is just the across the board assumption that hiring has slowed down. And people think it's best to just wait till after the holidays and after the new year. This really slows down everything: applicants coming in, interviews getting scheduled, and candidates getting new positions. Candidates just aren't as inclined these days to try to get on the phone and try to continue that search. And so that's slowing it down. And if they wanted to keep at it, we definitely have those jobs available.
Yeah, totally. I know that just for anyone who doesn't know, I was a recruiter for about a year. Mm-hmm. But during that period, I remember the holiday season, and this was pre-COVID, so we were busier than ever. And I remember we would be filling roles for our clients, especially in the role I used to be on. We specifically worked on temp positions, and it could be because people just don't want to work this time of year, or they're just not expecting to hear anything. But I remember just hitting the calls and getting voicemail after voicemail after voicemail. And you just say the same spiel because you're trying to get, somebody in front of our clients. And, I think for our purposes, it slows things down because we love to close that out, right? And get someone for our clients sooner than later. But it really does, kind of impact you because say you had been called for a role over the new year that maybe wasn't a fit. I always would tell my candidates, answer the phone and we could chat through what you are looking for so I could make those updates for you. So come the next year, you're ready to go and we're able to hit the ground running. So I guess that's kind of my tangent off of your answer, but it's been an assumption that's been around for a while. I even in my past have fallen into that. I remember when I first was entering corporate America, one of the biggest things I did was wait till January 1st to start searching because I just didn't think anyone would be talking to me, but really not the case. So we encourage you to reconsider. With that, Jacque, what advice would you give to candidates who are either actively looking in their job search right now or maybe passively looking and kind of seeing what's out there? In that case, they could be gainfully employed and just kind of seeing their options, or maybe fall in the bucket of someone who was previously actively looking but has taken a pause this time of year. Would just love to hear if you have any words of wisdom for candidates in that boat.
I would just suggest to definitely just keep the momentum going through the holiday season. Don't take that pause. We are not witnessing the typical slowdown that hiring sometimes sees this time of year. Opportunities are out there and they are all just waiting for a great candidate to be ready. Additionally, use your network. Try to get as many opportunities going at once. With the market that we're in right now, the candidates are in the driver's seat. You can really leverage yourself to get some awesome opportunities. So just put yourself out there and reach out to anyone who you think might be able to help you.
Yeah, totally. I agree. Candidates market for sure. And I've said this in previous live streams, but this is the time that if you're looking to really expand your skill set or stick out from the crowd, really a great time to do that, especially considering the fact that if everybody's thinking, oh, new year, I'll start looking for a job in the new year, it might be saturated with candidates in the new year. Right now, there might be more room for you to be considered and your application might go further than it would come the new year when everybody's kind of in that job searching hype, right?
Yeah.
So definitely great to keep in mind. And again, I think just reiterating the fact that we are not slowing down. We are busier than we've been in a while. So if you are looking, consider coming to us because we might have something that would align with you. And then I guess really quickly before we wrap up here, Jacque, I'd love to hear a little bit more about the specific roles you're working on right now. I know that it's kind of an array of different positions, but are there any other, specialties or roles or verticals that you'd like to shout out today?
Yeah, I know you had mentioned that I specialize in the admin and HR, and we have been incredibly busy with return to office really kind of coming back. We're seeing a lot of in-office roles for office managers and office coordinators, a lot of admin assistants. And also just with this big hiring boom, we have a high need for recruiters and recruiting coordinators. Personally, myself, I am currently seeking great candidates for a benefit administrator, pharmaceutical sales, both in the San Francisco area, and then also sales recruiters, people operations agents nationwide because they're on a remote basis. We've got a lot of exciting things going on right now.
Amazing. Yeah, I think kind of touching on your point of returning to the office, we're seeing it. It's here, guys. Not everyone might be in love with it, but it is a real thing. And we're seeing that being asked of us more and more for our clients. And although we always try to see how flexible they can be in certain situations, there's some roles, especially in the admin, HR ops space, where you do have to be there every day or at least have some office presence. So keep that in mind. If you love working from home, personally, I feel you. I'm with you there. But if you really aren't really keen on going back into the office, highly encourage you to consider what your specialty is in, and if being in the office really truly does serve your organization well, and maybe see if there's any room for flexibility on your end to go into the office, especially considering that many of our clients are very aware of COVID protocols and are in line with the new legislation and mandates and stuff. So you will be safe if you go in. I know it's not the comfort zone that some of us gotten used to. But definitely something that I've been hearing more and more about. So I guess my advice in that area would be kind of see what you do, see is your role vital for the office, and then maybe it might need some expectation shifting. But we're here to make sure that no matter what, if you do have to go into the office, we'll try to make sure that everything else is checked off on your wish list. And again, just to reiterate, some amazing organizations out there are asking for people to come back. So if you're not open to going to the office, you might miss out an opportunity with a really cool company. So just some food for thought for everybody. With that, I just would say connect with Jacque if you're interested in hearing about the roles that she's working on right now. I know that Jacque is really great about resharing stuff that we're posting on our LinkedIn. So definitely someone who has a finger on the pulse in this market. And then, of course, always need to plug following us on here on our LinkedIn channel or Facebook, YouTube as well, if anyone ventures over there. But anytime you follow us, you'll get an alert when we go live. We are constantly adding new content to make sure that job seekers and clients are informed and equipped to tackle the challenges of this modern market. And another thing is on our LinkedIn, we regularly share our list of hot jobs. So if you are possibly looking, or again, just considering your options, you can keep an eye on that page as well for the different hot jobs that we have. And if something catches your eye, we'd love to partner with you and chat about it a little bit more. So if Jacque's not already linked here, I'll make sure that her is tagged in the comments below so you can connect with her. Otherwise, Jacque, so nice to have you here today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Definitely.
Of course, your insight is invaluable. So thank you for making the time.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks everybody. Have a good one.
Bye.